The Jedi Enclave on Dantooine stood as a sanctuary of serenity and discipline, a hidden academy draped in secrecy and reverence. In many ways, it mirrored the famed Jedi Temple on Coruscant, but Dantooine's remote outpost held a unique distinction. It served as a crucible where only those destined to become Jedi Knights underwent training. The selection process at Dantooine was unforgiving, admitting only the most promising of Force-sensitive children. It was a place whispered of in legends, known to only a few in the galaxy, a bastion where only the worthy would tread the path of the Jedi. For those who came of age without being chosen by a master, the Enclave's gates remained forever closed, denying them the title of Jedi Knight and the wisdom that came with it. Nestled amid the verdant plains of Dantooine, the Enclave was a testament to both the beauty of nature and the quiet power of the Force. The main entrance, set within the eastern courtyard, marked the beginning of an aspirant's journey. From the expansive Kunda Plains, the Academy's facade presented itself as simple yet dignified, embodying the Jedi's preference for harmony over grandeur. A stone pathway led into the central courtyard, the heart of the Enclave's above-ground structure. This open-air space breathed with life, a vibrant embodiment of peace and reflection. At its core stood a large circular planter cradling a great tree, its branches whispering softly in the Dantooine breeze. Benches circled this natural monument, inviting moments of quiet meditation, a reminder of the tranquil balance the Jedi sought within themselves. The Enclave's design embodied the Order's philosophies, function interwoven with quiet beauty. To the north lay the visitors' quarters, a modest sanctuary for those not affiliated with the Jedi Order. It was a rare gesture of hospitality for an academy known for its secrecy. In contrast, the western wing housed the academy's heart. Its entrance led to the main training dojo, where young Jedi honed their abilities under the guidance of experienced masters. Adjacent to it was the gathering chamber, a grand hall for council between Jedi and the local inhabitants. The room, with its clear, sweeping floors and rows of high-backed chairs, was accented by large trees nestled into alcoves along the curved walls, bringing the tranquility of nature into the Enclave's core. Above, the council's formal meeting room stood solemnly in a small rotunda, its windowed walls offering a panoramic view of the grassy plains beyond. 4 chairs faced inward, where the council convened to make decisions that could shape the fate of the galaxy. The Enclave's days of glory, however, were not to last. In the wake of the Jedi Civil War, Darth Malak's forces descended upon Dantooine, subjecting the Academy to a brutal assault. What had once been a bastion of learning and peace now lay in ruins. Crumbling stone marked paths, once trod by Jedi Masters and hopeful Padawans. Inside, the damage was profound. Grass crept through the cracked and shattered flooring, while sections of the collapsed roof allowed rainwater to pool within the sublevels. The council chamber, struck directly during the bombardment, had been obliterated, opening the lower gathering chamber to natural light, now dominated by overgrown weeds. The once exquisite furnishings had long been stolen or destroyed, leaving behind only echoes of the Enclave's grandeur. Beneath its surface, the Enclave hid an intricate network of sublevels, preserving remnants of its former sanctuary. Here lay a large underground garden chamber, positioned directly beneath the central courtyard. Flowering bushes spilled over the stone edges of their basins, basking in sunlight that filtered through from above. At the chamber's center stood a stone bench atop a raised dais, its presence a solemn reminder of a place once filled with life and quiet reflection. Around this garden sanctuary were common rooms, sparsely furnished with benches, where young Jedi once gathered. In these subterranean halls were classrooms, designed to instruct the Order's students in the ways of the Force. Within these levels, too, lay the droid bay, where GE 3 Series protocol droids had once tended to the Enclave's needs. Scrawled notes left by Durgar Chester, the head technician, spoke of their frequent overheating, a minor inconvenience in the greater scheme of Jedi responsibilities. The most sacred of these sub-level chambers was the Jedi Archives, a vast repository of knowledge unique to Dantooine. Unlike the accessible libraries on Ossus or Coruscant, these archives were reserved for Jedi Masters, guarded within a sanctum of secrecy. 2 stories tall, the chamber housed row upon row of holobooks along its walls, with open space dedicated for study. At the hall's end stood a solemn stone statue under a unique light fixture, casting an aura of gravity over the room. Nearby, the Enclave's mainframe computer sat surrounded by a cluster of power conductors, humming softly with the weight of its knowledge and history. Hidden elsewhere within these sub-levels was a vault containing rare artifacts, armors, and weapons, many recovered from the ancient ruins of Ossus. In the aftermath of the Sith invasion, the Enclave's sub-levels transformed into places of peril. The Kunda militia, now stewards of the Enclave's ruins, declared these depths off-limits. Nature, untamed by the guiding hands of the Jedi, reclaimed its dominion. Laygregs, dangerous creatures from the wilds, nested in the lower levels. Their presence was a constant threat, striking at those who ventured too near their eggs. Yet, deep within these sub-levels lay an even greater secret, an ancient Jedi cloning facility. A relic of early Jedi experimentation in the science of life and creation, its existence was chronicled in the writings of Master Simikati. These experiments were ultimately banned and the facility abandoned, only to be rediscovered centuries later by Zeta Magnus before the Clone Wars. The cloning tanks, resembling modern Sparty cylinders, could produce mature clones within mere days. But these creations were flawed, afflicted with a psychosis that betrayed the limitations of ancient technology. The Enclave's history is woven with tales of power, betrayal, and resilience, its origin tracing back to the Great Sith War, nearly 4 millennia before the Galactic Empire's rise. It was on these very plains of Dantooine that Jedi Master Vodo Sioskbas first sensed the land's potential. He established this oasis of learning, a beacon of hope amidst the galaxy's chaos. Under his guidance, the Enclave flourished, training young Jedi in the ways of the Force. Among these students was Exar Kun, a promising yet ambitious human destined for darkness. Kun's fall to the dark side, and his declaration as the Dark Lord of the Sith, culminated in a tragic confrontation. In the heart of Coruscant's Senate Hall, he struck down his former master, igniting the flames of the Great Sith War. With the war's end and Master Bas's death, the Enclave fell under the administration of a council of 4 Jedi Masters, serving as a satellite to the newly reformed Jedi High Council on Coruscant. This council oversaw the training of students, maintaining the Jedi Code far from the galactic capital. One of their earliest tasks was to confront the scourge of Terentatex, dark-side beasts left in the wake of Sith Lord Exar Kun. Thus began the Great Hunt, a galaxy-wide purge. Although many of the beasts were eliminated, the mission ended in tragedy. The Jedi Knights sent to Korriban, Duron Keldroma, Shaila Nur and Gunhan Saresh met their demise, victims of the darkness they had sought to eradicate. In the ensuing years, the Enclave thrived. The Mandalorian Wars would soon challenge the galaxy, and with it, the Enclave's place in history. As the Mandalorian threat spread, 5 Padawans, Shad Jalavan, Camlin, Ujo, Garn, and Zane Carrick, were selected for apprenticeship on Tares. But a dark prophecy foretold one of these Padawans would destroy the Jedi Order. In fear, their masters plotted to sacrifice them. The massacre was only partially successful, leaving Zane Carrick a fugitive, falsely accused of murder by the very masters meant to protect him. Seeking guidance, he fled to Dantooine, finding refuge with his former mentor, Master Vandar Tokare. The Enclave, however, would face greater tests. During the Mandalorian Wars, the Council refused to intervene, driving a wedge within the Order. Revan, a former pupil of Dantooine, defied this decision, rallying dissident Jedi to fight. His charisma and leadership saw the Republic to victory, but it also set the stage for the Jedi Civil War. Revan and his Padawan, Alec, re-emerged as Sith Lords, Darth Revan and Darth Malak, shattering the peace the Enclave once represented. As the war unfolded, the Enclave became a place of last resort, a bastion where even the Sith hesitated to tread. But this sanctuary could not withstand the tides of war. In 3956 before the Battle of Yavin, Darth Malak ordered the bombardment of Dantooine. The Enclave was reduced to ruins, its legacy scarred by death and destruction. Yet, even in ruin, the Enclave's sublevels endured, a haunting reminder of what had been. In the years that followed, the ruins of the Jedi Enclave stood as silent witnesses to the galaxy's turmoil. The rise of the Kunda government saw salvagers scour the remains for relics, while others sought the Enclave for more nefarious purposes. Throughout it all, the Enclave's presence lingered, its halls echoing with the whispers of a forgotten legacy. Though the Enclave would never return to its former glory, its story became entwined with the fate of the galaxy. As wars raged and empires rose and fell, the ruins on Dantooine stood as a testament to the Jedi's enduring struggle against darkness. Now, nestled among the plains, they serve as a poignant reminder of the Order's legacy, a silent witness to the rise and fall of those who wielded the Force